Oh, wow. So, like, I went back and I was playing Bioshock 1 because I bought Bioshock 2 for my birthday. And it was a fun game. It was for $5. I rushed through it the first time, so I never got to digest it. And I just realized the feeling that Bioshock 2 gave me. So I wanted to feel out Bioshock 1. And, Bioshock 1 had a more, like, I guess, available feel than Bioshock 2. Bioshock 2 put me in the shoes of being in a city that's on its last legs, where Bioshock 1 gives you that feeling of, like, you are getting on your last legs in this city. Like, things are still falling apart, but it hasn't gotten so bad to the point where you have to hack every machine to get a discount, or you have to invest in every plasmid and plan everything out to make sure that everything goes all smoothly. And obviously here I felt more free. I didn't feel like I was pressed to use any plasmids or anything like that. However, I did realize one thing, that this game represents gaming at its golden age. I think it's safe to say that the golden age of gaming has long passed, because this is it. This is where gaming wasn't oversaturated by politics. Gaming was just about making a really awesome storyline. And this story is about just being a pawn, but still being exciting, because you're playing as a guy who doesn't even say anything, yet his story arc goes so deep so fast when it comes down to it. Like being in first person, yet feeling like such a backseat character, but feeling like a front seat character at the same time, is just a mind-blowing aspect that they were able to work in a long time ago, because it was all about giving out a good product. I remember when they first marketed this game and we were wondering what we were going to get with it. And well, they didn't disappoint. They actually kind of over-delivered, and that was hard for Bioshock 2 to follow up with, because they had such a gem that they had to go after. Like, obviously, there was Andrew Ryan. He was a great villain. And then the switch off to Frank Fontaine, the reveal that Atlas, the guy that was helping you, was actually just controlling you with the phrase, "Would you kindly?" And that twist, obviously, where you are such a pawn, is just amazing. But that's what the game, like, actually really asks, is how do we make the first person view of a pawn in a bigger game without you even realizing it? Because the illusion the game presents you, that you're this guy who has a family, and then you realize, no, none of this is actually real. You're brainwashed. It puts you in a first person, like, realistic perception of someone who's been brainwashed and had the wool completely pulled over his eyes. Like, what were you, like 5 years old when you were technically in the game? The whole thing was crazy. The whole thing, like the hints that they gave out. Playing it as an adult now makes me realize, like, when I was a kid and I was playing it, I was just about all the flashing colors and the action and everything. I never really got to take in the hints, and now that I did, I was like, wow, they really topped everything off back in the day. And you take that with modern day, like 2K games is such a beast when it comes to gaming. This is their magnum opus. Like, they had games like Prey. I think, man, I can't. Oh yeah, The Darkness, right? They've made a couple of really good games, and I mean, I don't know what they're doing now. I haven't heard much from them, but they came in when the time and the getting was good, and now that the getting's not so good, and you see such a battle between gamers and the AAA gaming companies. We didn't have that back in the day. We had a really good consumer with producer relationship, where they would, give us a game, and we'd be wanting to buy the DLC because it felt like they knew us. The fans were known by the audience. It was almost like Rapture was representing that golden age, and that golden age was eroding. Like that's the feeling I kind of got. It was almost like a poeticism that wasn't originally written into the game, but my mind wrote into it, where it was almost like I was diving into the best part of gaming history that was just closing out and now becoming complete chaos. Because when you look at social media and you look at all that stuff, It just seems like the perfect allegory to play in modern times. Like you're going down into a city that used to be very, very vibrant, very flourishing, and now that flourishing has been its own undoing. And you know what they say, pride comes before the fall. But now to go back and watch this game and watch all the cutscenes play through, have all that freedom to see which plasmids I want to use, which, weapons I want to, take and modify. It really is a perfect experience to pull out in modern days if you ever want to go back and see what it was really like, where it was all about just getting out a good product. But man, that's what I gotta say, man. I played this. I finally got around to it, and I was blown away. But yeah, no, that's all I gotta say, man. It was a nostalgia trip. It was like gaming in a time machine. But yeah, I will see you guys on the next one, and peace out.